Okay, here we are, Sim Update 2 for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, very exciting. And today we're going to be putting it through its paces, doing a bit of a performance test for you guys, in particular the new AMD FSR 3 frame generation setting, which looks really interesting. And we're at the 2020 version of AnyBuild's Heathrow, which has always been a bit of a struggle for my system, and we're combining that, as you can see, with the AnyBuild's A350, again, very demanding add-on, so yeah, just want to push my system a bit, see what kind of performance we get. So we'll start off in the flight deck, take a quick look at this new frame gen option, and then we'll perform a departure from runway 09 right, and then we'll do a bit of a low level flight across central London just to again really push the system. Okay, so let's hop inside the flight deck and get started. Okay, so just before we check out this new AMD frame gen, let's take a little look around the flight deck using my current Nvidia DLSS for frame generation. You can see if I zoom in and zoom out, it's a little bit choppy and laggy, probably about 25-30 FPS, so it's not horrendous. I've always been pretty happy with that because I say it's a very demanding add-on. And if we just pan across a little bit, you can see again it's not too bad but not perfect. So let's hop into our graphics settings and we'll check out this new frame gen option. So as you can see, we are on Nvidia DLSS as I mentioned, but we also now have an option for AMD FSR 3 frame generation, which it says increases frame rate by creating additional frames computed from existing inputs, and then it also says can cause crashes for some users on Nvidia cards at the moment. So we'll just bear that in mind and we'll select that, apply the settings, and then click save and back, and then we will just resume and back to the flight deck. So now hopefully you can see this as I pan around, it is so much smoother. That is at least double the frames I was getting previously. I can honestly say I've never had a performance like that in the A350 if I sort of pan around as well. Now also, not saying this is a silver bullet, it has got that disclaimer, hasn't it, saying Nvidia users may experience crashes, but we'll do a bit of a test and see how we go. Let's hop outside and also have a pan around, see what kind of performance we get outside the plane. Probably also worth mentioning, I have got FSLTL traffic injection going, so there are planes in and around the area, but it is looking really good. I am more than happy with that. So let's go to the next phase and we will attempt to perform a departure. So I'll get the plane out to runway 09 right and catch up with you then. Right, here we are, all lined up and ready for departure, so let's just do a few final checks. Everything's looking nice overhead, that's all good. Still getting a nice smooth performance. Let's give the cabin crew a quick bong as well. And let's do a takeoff config test. And flaps set 1, ground spoilers are armed. That's all good. Let's do it. So we'll go about 50% on our throttles. Downward pressure on the side stick. And thrust levers to the flex gate. And Manflex 72. Speeds are live. And that is 80 knots.
V1.
And rotate. And that's a positive climb, so gear up. Great sounds as the landing gear goes away. Do like that. And I'll just keep following the flight directors until we level off at 2,000 feet. Now the thrust levers can go back to the climb gate. And that is us levelling off at 2,000 feet, so let's hop outside and we can start checking out some performance. And so far that is looking pretty smooth. I can't see too many stutters. And that is our flaps up. And what we're actually going to do is break every law in aviation and fly an A350 at 2,000 feet over central London. Not the best, but it's in the name of science, so don't try this at home, kids. so we can just see we're approaching the Thames on the left hand side, so let's turn in left and try and follow the river a little bit. So we'll keep going round, then we can have another hop outside with the drone camera, and that is absolutely rock solid 60 FPS. Look at that, I'm super impressed with that. So this is the first proper test, I'd say, of the new AMD frame gen, and it has passed with flying colours. That's fantastic. And we'll just keep the heading bug turning in left so we can continue to follow the river and see if we can do a bit more sightseeing outside. So just below the engine now we've got Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament, and then we've got the London Eye there, around Waterloo Station as well. This is great. And I'm not seeing any signs of potential crash to desktops just yet. Obviously I'm going to have to continue to do some further testing on some full flights, but it's pretty promising so far. So let's just continue to pan around with the drone again, still getting a good steady 60 FPS. Now, for my sins, I am actually a West Ham supporter, and that is the London Stadium just below us, which is pretty cool. Please don't unsubscribe. There it is. Superb. I've also read up on some forums that, in particular in the A350, using this new frame gen, that some of the displays can freeze. Again, that'll have to be something I keep an eye on and test in some further flights. But so far, so good. So let's continue the magical mystery tour. If we look top left of the screen now, we can just see Canary Wharf and the O2 Arena. So we turn in right. Still getting some really good performance. I am really happy with this. I'm not even sure I had this good a performance in 2020, to be honest. And let's just keep the heading bug turning in right, and we'll do one more pass over central London. I've got to say as well, and this is probably a Sim Update 2 thing, I'm seeing very little in the way of LOD issues. Maybe the odd pop in and out there, but nothing major. Certainly no melted buildings or anything like that we've had in the past. So performance wise, I think this is definitely an upgrade. I wasn't on the beta. I don't really like signing up for those sort of things till there's a stable build. So this is looking really, really good. I can see we're just starting to head towards the Shard now. That's definitely not 2,000 feet, is it? I'm sure it'll be fine. Look at that. I've been up there, there's a really nice cocktail bar right at the top. Bloody expensive, but really nice. And there's Tower Bridge and the Tower of London just below us. Very cool. I could do this all day, to be honest. It's great fun. Okay, so I think we're about ready to wrap up for today, guys. Let's keep the heading bug turning in right. Okay, so that concludes my first look and performance test for Sim Update 2 in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, along with the new AMD FSR 3 frame gen settings, and I definitely recommend you give those a go. For me, it's really helped with performance, and I'm going to continue with some further testing, but first impressions are really good. I'd also be interested to see how you guys get on with it too, so do let me know in the comments below. But that's it for today. If you did enjoy the video, give it a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.